Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the originals. This is episode 20 of season 2. Hopefully guys are enjoying the series so far. Remember to get voting for your most liked and disliked characters of this season in the description, and we will reveal those results at the end of the season. Now, after the madness that unfolded in the last episode, I have to represent this top because, you know, my faith is in Klaus. In Klaus, I trust, but nobody else does. Everybody's going against him, and it is literally coming. But it's creating an absolutely amazing end to the season. You know, you've got people on this side thinking that they've got the right reasons to take Klaus out, and then you've got people on my side that think that you should trust in the big bad wolf. You should trust in the architect, and you should trust that he will do anything to save his child. That's my opinion. I'm all in Team Klaus. I'm more Team Klaus than I am Elijah, Freya, Rebecca. All of them. They have the same intentions. I just think it's an awful execution. They want to save Hope. He wants to save Hope. The only reason why I can understand the justification for daggering Klaus, this is my opinion, is he is not being very expressive with his opinions on how he's going to take down Dahlia. He says that he's got a plan. He knows how to do it. He's got a weapon. He said to Elijah, mate, you're just looking round the corner. I'm looking at the end of the road. I'm looking from above, looking down on the map. I'm looking at the final destination. Yeah, you're just looking at what's next. And yeah, he's got a plan. And he said he knows the weapon. He knows what Freya's been up to. He knows what she was trying to do. And he knows how to kill Dahlia. So that's all amazing. Literally amazing. But what is it, Klaus? He's reluctant to tell everybody. And that is the reason why they're saying, look, he's doing all this. They think that he killed Aiden because Dahlia killed Aiden and made it look... Well, actually, she wanted to cause chaos. I thought she was trying to make it look like Jackson done it because Aiden told Josh that he was going to go and tell Jackson that he's been betraying him by working with Klaus. So when she killed him, put slashes on him, on his neck and on his face and ripped his heart out, I thought he was going to try and push it onto Jackson, but they didn't. They flipped it. Jackson was bringing it onto Aiden, saying that, onto Klaus, saying that you killed Aiden because he didn't want to work for you anymore. Do you know what I mean? And instead of Klaus denying it, he stood there because his eyes flickering. He's trying to work out what was going on. And then he owned it. Yeah, I did, mate. What's your problem? You got to stand up to me? You'll die as well. This is what happens if anyone betrays me. I'm the big bad wolf. You're on my side or you're dead. Literally, period. So I like how he owned that, but obviously he's owning it because he wants people to fear him, which means that they'd be more inclined to listen to him. That they don't want to resist what he says. So I'm interested, but like I was saying, I understand why they daggled him because of all this information. But then I'm going to flip it now, and I'm going to say this is why I'm on Team Klaus's side. Why would he tell them that information? He's got no reason to trust any of them. You think that he has? He hasn't. They're all Team Freya right now. We don't even know who Freya is. I'm not slanging Freya off, but we don't even know her. Are they supposed to take a word of somebody that they've only just met over the brother that they've known for thousands of years? Freya is coming. She's told every single person exactly what they want to hear, mate. She's literally one of them people that tells you individually, not as a group, collectively. You want to hear this, Rebecca? You want to hear this, Elijah? You want to hear this, Freya? You want to hear this, Marcel? Everyone's like, oh, yeah, mate, Freya. And it's like, what has Freya actually done to gain anybody's trust? Yeah, she... Okay, save Rebecca, but as Klaus said, but how do we know that she wasn't involved in getting her in there and getting her out and all the stuff that happened before that? You think that she's amazing, she saved Hope, but was she not the one that was working with Vincent and told him the location for him to go, and he was going to take Hope unless Elijah stood in the way and defended him? Do you know what I mean? Freya's the one that's killed, she was the one that brought Michael back. Obviously Klaus killed him, but who knows what chaos that could have caused. Freya then she's going to kill Esther, and it's obviously they don't know that yet. But Freya, to me, as Klaus said to Elijah, he said, look, Elijah said she has not done anything for us to not trust her, and he was like, don't mistake her doing nothing to us to think that we can't trust her to making her believe that she's a trustworthy person, which is so true. Just because she hasn't done anything currently to make you think, no, there's nothing wrong with her, doesn't mean that she's trustworthy in the actions that she's willing to take. And then obviously they've daggered him. And to be honest, he was saying as well, Klaus, in this episode, why I can't trust Elijah's you only need to trust me. Does he, Elijah? Really? Because you would have ran and you would have told that information to everybody. Currently, you're the one that he said that after being attacked by his mum, you're not the same. You off the rails a little bit. You're not consistent. You're not going to stand by Klaus. You would go and you would release this information, and then everybody would come and they would attack Klaus again. I think running and taking Hope into the bayou is an awful idea. I want Dahlia to come in this episode and absolutely dominate them and take them, because the bells was ringing. It's time. She's coming. She's told them, and I want them to, like I said, all run back to Klaus, and I want him to stand up and retaliate against all of them to be daggered or neck snapped. I want him to absolutely defeat him himself and say, look, I don't need any of you. You know, you're the one that needs me. That's my daughter. I'll do anything to protect her. That's what I want. And I think as well, Hayley's getting a bit too big for her boots. Like, do I like Hayley? Yeah. Have I got a problem with her challenging Klaus? No. I've got a problem with her, like trying to protect Hope? No. I've got no problem with Hayley. But the only thing that I can see Klaus should have a problem with is every time Klaus does an idea, Hayley don't want it. Every time Klaus says we'll do this, nope, doing it my way. I'm not listening to you anymore. Well, you've never listened to him before anyway, Hayley. So you're being consistent with your character, which I enjoy. But now you're attacking Klaus and you was pushing Elijah. You need to be killed. You need to neck snap. You need to be put in your place. You're below them in the food chain, and you need to understand that. And I'm hoping that they're going to kill Jackson now, because he's actually pecking me head a little bit. So that's where we currently are. Madness. Absolute chaos. Loving the episodes. Can't wait for the final few. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please smash the like. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
We define ourselves by our family, entrust them to protect that which we hold most dear. We value them above all others. Promises are made. Children in particular turn their backs on those who raised them, seeking lives of their own. The bond of family is not a bond forged by choice.
Oh, yes, mate. What's going on?
What have you done to me? Where is my daughter? Get out of my head.
I'm not in your head. You're in mine. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, this is interesting, mate. Imagine if you said, look, give me Hope for a few years and then you can have her back. Imagine that. That'd be mad. Like, just give me enough so I can harness her powers and get stronger, and then you can retain her. Because she can still harness from Freya, can't she? Now she's still living. So she might just need her for that little bit.
Spare me the agonizing boredom and explain what it is you want.
The Vikings came while you were in the garden. We must remain together. Always and forever.
Make that a 6-star.
We promised to stay together.
Yes, always and forever, a familiar promise, but then you knew that.
What I mean to show you is that we can be allies.
Oh, check this, mate.
Nowhere is safe from Dahlia, and we will have no chance of ending her without that baby. I will use these ingredients to create a killing ground. Dahlia will be rendered mortal.
Are you suggesting that I position my niece as bait? Oh, how wonderfully convenient to offer the strategy when Klaus has been removed.
There is no other way to keep her from the miserable existence I endured. If you will not bring Hayley back here, I will find Hope myself.
Do you know what's mad is, right? I like watching Freya, I do, right? But again, man, I'm still consistent. I don't know if she's good or bad. I actually think that everything that she does is bad. It's either try and manipulate someone, use somebody, actions. You don't find Hope, I'll get her. Do you know what I mean? Like, she sounds like Dahlia. Like, she's trying to portray herself as this innocent person, but to me, every time I see her, she's kind of like an instigator of, like, bad things. So I'm really intrigued. I mean, I like her as a character, like Dahlia. I don't want her to die. Not yet, anyway. I actually think Freya can be an asset to the team later on in the season once Dahlia obviously she's free of her, and then she feels like she's got a weight off her shoulder. But right now, she's just as much of a threat, I think. I definitely wouldn't trust her.
I'm not sitting out the fight in some musty club.
This musty club is the only place in the city where magic can't hurt you. Thanks to Eva Sinclair, you are linked to 8 teenage witches, remember? You get hurt, so do they, including Davina.
I can't live like a porcelain doll.
You could have just sent me a text.
Well, I was in a very kidnapping mood this morning. But since you're here, unlink me.
This kind of dark magic, it's tricky. You're gonna have to do your own magic.
She's not exactly a pro.
Well, she is exactly in the host body that's at the center of the link.
Get it done.
And when we're done, we're all done. I'm not your witch for hire.
You need to be their asset as well.
I left you a dozen messages. Have you spoken to Klaus?
Well, briefly. Before I put him to sleep with a dagger, words were exchanged.
Klaus didn't kill Aiden. He just took the blame because of some insane dictator edict about making people fear him. But you can't just leave him like that while his daughter's in danger.
Please, your feelings are clouding your judgment.
How long are you gonna leave him like that?
Till Hope is safe.
Your feelings are clouding your judgment, Camille. I think you're talking about yourself there, mate. actually think you're talking about yourself there, Elijah. I think your feelings for Haley are getting in the way of your judgment of what's right and wrong. Yeah, if I told you at the start of the season, yeah, that someone's going to come and kill Hope, and you can stand by your brother or let somebody run off into the trees with Hope, which one you picking? You definitely wouldn't have let her run off in the trees.
Freya's doing a locator spell to find us. We need to leave. You're burying Aiden here.
I can't keep carrying him around forever. You think this is how I want to put Aiden to rest?
It's not right. If we expect the wolves to put their lives on the line for Hope, then they deserve to know that those lives matter to us. Too much has been taken from our pack. I won't let them lose this too.
That is the right thing, though. She said the right thing there.
I'm trying to reverse a very complicated sacrifice spell, and you whining about Jazz is not helping me.
Our sister wants to use Hope to lure Dahlia into a trap.
And I assume you told her she's out of her lunatic mind.
I have another idea.
These enchanted objects should generate enough power to create a decoy of some kind.
Mr. Griffith, do you have any idea the danger my niece now faces?
This ain't my fight.
I'll call Davina. I'm sure she'd be happy to help.
I like Vincent. I actually really do like him.
I can't get revenge because Klaus is already in a coffin, and even if he wasn't, that's suicide. You need me to patrol the city for some witch.
No, Josh. I'm just here.
Oh, that's good, Marcel.
I spent his last day saying goodbye to everybody but him.
At least his last words was he loves him. You know, that's probably the best way you could have your final words in it.
This dismal hovel is where I endured the terrors of Viking captivity. While she was out in the sun gathering herbs, I toiled in the grey of this room, but I never resented her.
No ancient plight will ever justify your intention to enslave my daughter.
You've been with Michael.
We're only talking.
This is potent sage, soaked in serpent's blood. Will give us strength.
I no longer wish to practice magic. Michael will protect me now, sister.
I am your family.
We promised
You'll always
each other. Be my sister, Dahlia. I wish for children of my own.
Mate, in your weakest moments is where you find your biggest strength. You know, think it like there she's down in the dumps, but this is why she's a fucking badass bitch that she is now, isn't she? She's a sick person now. She's probably been at that weakest point and she's thought, fuck this, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going against me, I'm going against you. And that's it, mate. That's you gotta suffer to become strong. No strong person's ever built strong. They've been through the pain to become who they are. You know, like it's like a sports game. Yeah, you can't truly win without appreciate winning until you know the feeling of losing, and then you don't want to lose again. You want to win. You want to be the absolute best. And that's her, mate. She's been down in the dumps, and I'm not having that. No chance, mate. If you're going against me, I'm going against you. You know, the Viking, like, to me, if you look at that, they become Viking captivities, or whatever you want to call them, like, the slaves. And she's the only one that's been treated crap. She's stood there, she's dirty, she's being used to do spells. Yeah, Esther's living, chilling, going out with a Viking, Michael. No wonder Dahlia, grew up to starting resenting her. Now, I always wonder if when she said that there was going to be a sacrifice, you know, the first time she said that to Esther, and she said, yeah, if she had that intention of taking the first baby, if that was always the intention, or if it grew over time because of the actions that, you know, Esther's kind of like, no, really want to spend time. She's choosing other people over her. While she's in slavery, she's not. She's living, and she's not really showing any compassion against her. And then she's thought, I tell you what, mate, you've had my life took away from you. I'm going to take your life away from you. And that is the reason why. So I'm well intrigued, actually. Do you know what? I don't know what she's going to propose as being an alliance with Klaus, but I'm actually fascinated to what can she offer him, yeah? Like he said, that's going to ever justify taking Hope. Like what? She's got to offer him something good.
Unless there's something in that ledger about mimicking a magical tri-bred baby. We're up the creek. When Cole was trying to find a way out of dying, he used representational magic. He tried to transfer the curse into a clay doll.
If we can find a way to replicate the baby's power source and transfer it into the doll, that's our decoy.
You used to run these woods when you cursed your wolf farm?
Ran before. Pissed we were exiled. I was pissed at my parents.
Triggering the curse actually settled me down.
Not me, I got worse. One full moon, our alpha didn't show up. He was killed, so I stepped up. There's a hideout about a half-mile south of here. Grab some guys, watch your back. I'll round up the rest, and we'll make a perimeter.
So Esther was cruel. You'll excuse my complete lack of surprise. Seems it does run in the family.
Sister abandoned me, just as your siblings have done. I've been unjustly painted as the villain of the story.
If you have a deal to propose, then find my body and undagger me.
What I have to show you next is not about your mother, it's about your daughter. And if you have any chance to save her from what is to come, listen.
Enslaving a young girl in a hut on the edge of a dark forest, I suppose you plan for this to be Hope's fate.
You cannot go past the stream. It is too dangerous.
Then where shall I go?
People are frightened of that which they do not understand. Control it.
You're saying this is what's to come for Hope?
Without the proper tutelage that only I can provide, Hope's power will grow unchecked. I, too, am a firstborn, so I was the only one to help save Freya from herself, just as I'm the only one who can save your daughter.
Could we not just do a world where she just lives with them? I know that sounds absolutely mental from the actions that we've seen so far, but why can't we have Aunt Dahlia chilling, living in this house with these, and she can stay, you know? Why does she have to take Hope and then disappear? Is that, like, why does that have to be the option? Why can't she just be here with Hope and be the teacher that she so much wants to be? You know, she could sit there, she could train her, she can help her, she can harness the powers, she could be around her family, and, you know, she could be integrated within them. She don't have to be an outcast and outsider and take them away. Why can't she just stay and be part of them and help it and be an asset? You know, that would be fascinating.
Miss him already.
Klaus didn't kill Aiden.
Who the hell did it then?
Freya, Dahlia, any number of witches with the desire to turn me against my brother.
You thinking about pulling that dagger out?
I would rather not unleash that Shakespearean rage.
This is for Rebecca. Should be pretty straightforward, even for a baby witch.
No.
He likes her.
Wouldn't it be easier if you just did it? Look, Vincent, I get it. I lost my uncle to a hex, but even I understand that it's more complicated than that. Magic in the right hands can be a good thing.
Just not my hands.
Golem, they keep using different binding agents. We're desperate.
No powerful witch is gonna be fooled by a doll. They need a heartbeat.
Just go over there, Vincent, man. Just do it.
You doing okay?
Pack morale isn't exactly awesome right now.
You're a leader who cares for her people. I get it. Now, you can either be their friend or their queen. You can't be both.
Let's go to Marcel. Literally, that was really good.
I've located Haley, and I strongly advise you not attempt to stand in my way and not stop me from getting that baby.
You begin the spell. Prepare the battlefield. I'll bring Hope to you.
Your daughter will need my guidance.
I think I'll find someone less hostile to teach her. Shouldn't be difficult. Practically anyone will fit that criteria. So after twice failing to create a family of your own, now you wish to commandeer mine?
Freya turned on me because I denied her a basic need, the love of a parent. I need you to remain her father. You will get to raise your daughter, and I will channel the magic that has been promised to me. Or you could lie there and pray that Elijah releases you.
Did I say it? I'm giving myself a round of applause. I don't care if it happens or true, but that was a proposal that I suggested, that she would take Hope, she would use her, she would harness her powers, and then she would go back to Klaus, and then he could raise her. And she doesn't want to kill her. Like I said, Freya's on the loose, and she's still harnessing her powers, and that's all she wants to do from Hope. She just wants to get it, get stronger. She don't really want her. She just wants the power she possesses. I'm loving it. If that comes true, get me in writing this show.
One bite from us, there's venom in your veins. Hard to find anything in these woods when your head's not right. You're waiting for the day I die so that you can take your immortal place beside Haley. And if you kill me, you lose her for good.
Oh, she's here.
You shouldn't be here.
We have another plan. Rebecca and Davina found a way. All we need is a vial of Hope's blood.
I'm trusting you, Elijah.
In my experience, an offer from a malevolent witch always comes with a catch.
Hope is all Haley will ever have. In order for us to succeed and live in peace, Haley will have to be eliminated.
You would have me rob my daughter of her mother?
You will have made the right choice for her.
What would have made that scene even better is the camera panned to the door and they all just stood there like... Do you know what I mean? Like, they know that he's coming back and he's going to do some damage.
Haley, before you came to New Orleans, our pack chose me. And Elijah wants you to go back to their family when this is all over.
What are you saying, Jack?
I love you, and I will honor our vows always. If you want to go back to the Michelsons, I can't go with you. They really are your family, and I gotta protect my own. I'll give you some time to think.
See, that there is a tough one. Because obviously for us as a viewer, we're like, oh, well, obviously the Michelsons. But then if you put yourself in, take away this and put yourself in reality, in the human present world, right? You've got a female who's got an ex, and then you've got a female who's got a husband. And it's like, do you go and live with your ex or do you go and live with your husband? Do you know what I mean? Let's just take it out of this vampire and put it into reality. Which one you picking? You're going to pick the family. Technically, you should pick the family that you're with, not the family that you once was. So that is interesting. Obviously, as a viewer, you like Michaelson's all day long, but like in reality, from Hayley's point of view, it's husband or ex. Do you know what I'm saying? And everyone would go with clearly husband.
I don't need time, Jack.
So I respect her decision because it makes logical sense, even though it doesn't.
Let him through.
Where's the child, Elijah?
If we use her power to lure Dahlia, swear to me that hope will come to no harm.
She won't be able to hurt any child.
Oh.
I do hope that is true. Hope's blood is now in you. Therefore, Dahlia will now be hunting you. All we needed was a beating heart. Rebecca assures me that this will work, and I trust her far more than I trust you.
Yes, he's picking family over someone that he's just met. Get in there, mate. That is what I wanted. He's picking his sister, who's a shit witch right now. Anyway, trust her way more than I trust you. Finally, mate, you're taking the right fucking steps to choosing people that you've actually got some sort of loyalty to over somebody that's fresh in the, you know, in your life. I like it, you know. This is where I've always said, yeah, with Freya is, yeah, okay, like Klaus said, just because she's given us no reason not to trust her, it doesn't mean she's trustworthy. She wants to be part of the family. She's got to earn that respect, earn that loyalty, and earn that trust. And this is where it starts right here, you know. Like she's saying, I promise you, no, like she will never get close enough to harm Hope. Well, no problem then, mate. She's not going to get close enough to harm Hope. Not going to get close enough to harm you, Freya, who's powerful. You know, you're way better. So this is where you want their family. You want to get rid of Dahlia. You want to stand by. This is it, mate. You've got to show it. You've got to earn it, and then you'll be embraced.
I ain't seen a spell like that in a long time.
Don't remember asking for help?
Davina and the Covens need a leader. They want to bestow that title onto me. I'm not into that. They're getting pushy, so I'm inclined to present them with an alternative. I'm talking about a direct connection to the ancestors from all 9 of the Covens. See, that's a whole lot of power. And you're going to need a hell of a lot more than this here rock. You ever want to get your boyfriend back?
I mean, that diamond's millions, mate.
Never thought much about the whole immortality part of being a vampire. Suddenly forever feels like a really long time.
Elijah, I'm calling to say goodbye. We can't be part of your family anymore. That can't be my little girl's story. Even if she is free of Dahlia's firstborn curse,
We've not seen Klaus yet. Oh, there we go.
Klaus's daughter. I don't want Hope to be a Michelson. She doesn't deserve that.
What we're saying? Death to Hayley or what? Mate, that's all he needs to hear. He don't want her to be a Michelson. That's enough. He's going for it. Yeah.
I knew you were the smartest of your siblings.
The rest of my family will stand against us.
Are you prepared for that?
Double cross is coming off Klaus at some point.
More than earned everything. We need to hurry. Even now, Hayley is attempting to flee.
She ain't going nowhere, mate. Get in there, mate. Get in there, my son. So, let's digest just a quick one there. Do you blame Klaus for going to Dahlia? Me, no chance. Obviously, it's a tough one because he's got to go against Hayley. But look, you've got to go with the cards that you've been dealt with, yeah? You've got to run with what you've been given. And what he's been given is 2, not 4, 2, 1, options, yeah? Either stand by Dahlia, who's offered him to be in Hope's life, and he's offered that Hope will be safe and she'll be brought up like harnessing her powers, learning it, controlling it, and all Dahlia wants to do is obviously like what would you call it, like harness her powers as well. So like she's offered Klaus the chance to be the dad, be in her life, and for Hope to be safe, just while Dahlia helps her learn her powers and she can harness them. Or the second option is Hayley run away, take his daughter, her not to be a Michelson, and possibly never see her again. Yeah, this goes back to the situation where I said when Jackson proposed to Hayley that she either chooses to be a Michelson or to be part of his pack. You extract it away. Forget about all the storyline and what's obvious to what we can see here. You just take it as she's a female who's got an ex and who's got a husband, yeah? And she's got a choice. Go and live with the exes or go and live with your new family. Which one you're picking? Let's be honest. realistically, you pick your new family. That is what life does, yeah? That's the old one. This is a new one. Now, I have no problem with her picking that. It makes logical common sense. I'm not thinking about any actions that have happened ever in the show. Just thinking about factually logical opinions. That is the right one. Go with your current family. Let's extract everything that we know of everybody and put 2 simple situations in place. You're a man. Somebody's come over to you and said, look, mate, your ex is going to take your kid, run away, and you're never going to see it again. Or, I'm going to stand here, I'm going to save your child, you can be the dad, but I just want to teach her and let her, you know, like, grow up, and I want to harness powers off her. Which one you picking? Your kid running away, never seeing her again? Or the one where you're in your kid's life and you're the dad? Again, logically, you're picking being in the kid's life and your dad. So I think that I cannot blame Klaus at all for picking Dahlia. The same way I cannot pick on Haley for choosing to be with Jackson. Now, the only thing I can say is that being with Jackson and running away is a stupid idea. Being with Jackson, standing and fighting would be a better one, and I would support that because obviously she's trying to fight and destroy Dahlia. But right now she's just trying to run, which to me is terrible because Dahlia's just shown how strong she is, that she can easily find her. So you're going to be one of those things where you just consistently on the run, looking over your shoulder for the rest of your life, like Klaus has been with Michael, or you can stand and fight and try and take them down. I can't blame Klaus at all for choosing Dahlia, and I can't blame Haley for choosing to be part of Jackson's family. But in terms of running away, not letting her be a Michelson, it's an awful decision, and this is why I don't think Haley's going to die. But again, if she does die, would I be bothered? I would be, actually. I would be. I'd be a little disappointed that they chose to go down that route, but I'm going to stand by Klaus. So if that has to happen with a casualty in war, I will take it. Okay, so that's going to wrap up today's episode. Mad one. Again, man. Like, have we actually ever watched one of these episodes and thought, I tell you what, it's pretty crap, that one. I haven't. I haven't. I actually think this show is so good. Like, every episode, it brings something new. Like, who would have thought at the end of last episode, when Klaus was daggered, that we would get an alliance, is that what it's called, with Dahlia in this episode? Like, not me. It just shows how strong that Dahlia is. The fact that she was able to cast a spell being inside her own head, because she said to Klaus, he was like, you're in my head, and she's like, no, you're in mine. She was able to cast a spell in her own head and wake him up in the present. Mad. And then, you know, it's interesting with this Haley Jackson situation. Now, one of them's definitely dying. I think, well, actually, I can't say definitely, but I think I think one of them's got to. In my opinion, one of them has to die. Now, obviously, realistically, it's going to be Jackson, isn't it? Like, I don't think Haley's going to die. I feel like Klaus is one of those things where he is dead smart, and what he will do is he will take the offer that has been dealt with right now, because it's the most logical, it is the safest play, but this is not his end goal. Like I said, right now he's done that thing that Elijah said. He's looking at the corner, the next path around the corner, which is Dahlia. But he's got his bird's eye view of the road ahead, and he's got his end goal at the end of the path, and that is what he's going to try and walk to. Right now he's got to take the play around the corner. That's Dahlia, because he don't want to lose Haley. You know, she's gone left, Haley. Klaus has gone right. And he then is looking at the finish line. And I think along the way, he will double cross Dahlia at some point. But how that's going to happen, I don't know. Now, do I like the fact that they all know that he didn't kill Aiden now? I do. I kind of wanted... what's mad is, I kind of wanted Klaus and Camille to be together. But I actually like Camille and Vincent really, really much. I actually really do. And, like, I know that it's obviously a far stretch, the fact that, like, we got the Klaus and Caroline situation, and we've not seen it at all in this, or the Vampire Diaries, since, obviously, he whipped that dude's head off when he threw the gown cap and said, you know, I intend to be your last. How great would it be is if, at the very end of the show, somehow they tied it in and they was actually together, and Camille was obviously happy with Vincent, Elijah with Gia, but I feel like somehow we're going to swing around, right, and we're going to end up with Elijah and Haley. Now, obviously, if that happened in Season 1, I would have been all game for it. Right now, in Season 2, I'm actually not a fan, but, like, I'm not invested in the Haley and Elijah storyline, and if it swung around that they'd be together, I think it'd be a lot of work in building up their relationship again, because okay, we've not seen Gia for a few episodes, which I've got to say, writers, disappointed. I think she's a good actress in the show. I think she's a good asset. I think she's a good vampire. She brings a good mix. And why you're not using her more, I have no idea. To be honest, you don't even use Camille or Davina a lot in this season. They've barely even been used. Now, Vincent's gone to her and said that she can be the leader of, like, the 9 covens or whatever, which is mad, because how old is she? Like 18. She's like, I think that Vincent should be, personally I think Vincent should be, I think that he is a sick actor. I actually do think he's a sick actor, whether it's Finn or Vincent. I think that he's really good. He's had a great season, to be honest. Like, he actually has had a great season. I would not be surprised if some people voted for him as a favourite character, because he's been really, really good. Now, obviously, like, it would be massive for Davina to get all of this power. She'd be so strong, and I'm hoping that she doesn't do, if she does become this leader, she doesn't be the consistently I'm hating on you, Klaus, again, because she's always done that, and again, she has got justified reasons for it. So this is why I don't really hate on Davina that much, because some people hate on Klaus just for the reason of hating on Klaus. Now, some people who hate on Klaus because they suffered the wrath and the consequences of, like, actions that Klaus has done, then it's different. Do you know what I mean? He's done quite a lot of things that has hurt Davina, so Davina's built up this sort of, like, hatred, dislike towards him, and that is fully justified. So I don't mind, but I hope that if she does become fully powerful, that she doesn't turn against Klaus. But this Freya situation, I'm really happy that Elijah put her on the spot. He's forced her into, you know, you're either one of us or you're not, mate. You're with or against us. You know, you're telling us that Hope's going to be safe, though. Mate, you have that into your neck. Now you're the target. If she's going to be safe, you're going to be safe. You're so much stronger, you can fight her off. If she's going to be mortal coming inside here to get you, you've got no problem in taking her down then, have you? You know? You want us to trust you? This is it. Show it. Be here. Take her down. Save Hope. And we'll embrace you as a family, you know? Like I said, I've said it a few times. Just because you never give us any reason not to trust you doesn't mean you're a trustworthy person. Love that from Klaus. That saying there, right, it's probably going to stick with me. I actually think it's so good, yeah. It is actually amazing. It's a big statement, and it's a factual one. And you know what? Yeah, you've done nothing for us to distrust you right now, but don't mean you're trustworthy. But do this, mate, and you are trustworthy. You're part of us. You've shown that you're an asset to our team. You do whatever it takes, forever and always. You'll be part of the Michelsons, and we will accept you. We'll embrace you. You wanted to be part of the family. You've earned this respect and the loyalty. Right now, you've not really done anything, but this is your chance to shine. But what's interesting is while she's trying to do that, Klaus is now on the opposite end. He's trying to go against it, which I think is really interesting, because now it's Klaus against the Michelsons, when it was kind of like the Michelsons against Klaus, which sounds the same, but it's not. Last episode, Klaus was all team let's protect Hope, and the Michelsons was against Klaus. Now it's like the Michelsons let's protect Hope, and Klaus is still protect Hope, but now it's Klaus against them. So roles have switched. Very interesting. None of them seen him that he's awake yet. I can't wait for the reaction once they find that out. Man, I can't wait for the final 2 episodes. I think they're going to be absolutely mental. I hope Klaus and Dahlia come on top. I actually really do. I hope they come up trumps and they're the winners. But I actually never know which direction this show is going to take, and I'm very excited to find out. So thanks so much for clicking on my video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.